Hello, my name is James Eckley. Today I'm going to talk to you about why it's important to know anything at all about foreign funds as it affects real estate in the United States today, tomorrow, and the day after that. I think it is absolutely the most critical funding currently in this country. It is the largest and greatest emerging market. Let's put some numbers to it. $1 trillion coming in the form of sovereign funds. That means other countries' governments are directly investing in real estate in this country. About 2.4 trillion coming in private funds. That means through entities and foreign parties that are private, not those that are government regulated, and in many cases wrapped in entities that would come out of the island someplace, come out of Cyprus, or maybe come right out of the United States in places like Wyoming or Nevada, South Dakota. These are of course haven states for purposes of having LLCs that get good tax treatments, and many times foreigners chose those in order to be their vehicles for investment in the United States. But did you know that? Let's go a little bit further. What kind of person are we talking about when we have a foreign investor? Well, let me just give you some statistics here that are current right now, right this year. The average person that comes in North America and wants to buy a high-end home has somewhere in the neighborhood of a $394,000 a year annual income. The person that comes from Europe has 412,000 US dollars. The person who comes from the Middle East has 1.4 million. That's income. We're not just talking savings, we're talking income on an annual basis. And the person that comes out of the Asian Pacific has $277,000 annual income. These are the people you'd like to work with. What are they buying? They're buying top-end homes as far as residential, and they're buying lower-end homes for purposes of residential and renting and management purposes, and of course to make their money go as far as they can. And it also stays a little bit under the radar, because as you know, many counties right now are considering actually taxing foreign investors that are actually buying up the market and driving up prices and making it difficult domestically for the parties to stay here and actually buy real estate just for the domestic parties. What does it mean to California? Well, California is right at the top. The major recipients of all foreign money, those trillions I was talking about, number one is Florida. No, it's not California. You would have been surprised. At one time it was. California is number two and Texas is number three. But after you get through one, two, and three, there's less than a third of all those trillions for all the rest of the states. So it is important. You say, for instance, what do I care about a foreign investor or buyer? I don't think I even work with one. Don't be so sure. It goes further than that. This is one of those situations where you may be working for someone who is a domestic representative of a foreign buyer or a foreign money. Did you know you have to qualify that? That's not a FERPTA situation. That's not going to the trust company or going to your escrow or your title company and saying, would you just run a FERPTA and hoping they'll handle it, because they don't handle it. There's a new form out that they all must fill in, and you're probably the only one that knows about it, and you're the one that's going to have to make sure that it is. That's a new IRS form. They just gave it a title today, 5472. If they don't have IRS form 5472 filed, even if they're just an entity, even if they're a United States entity that indicates there's foreign money involved or a foreign party, we're already in a violation posture. And is a violation under our licensure of some state or federal or even a foreign law a problem? Well, of course it is, because California, as in most states, has a moral turpitude section in our professional code that says that we can't do anything out there that would be unfair or violation of any one of these acts that are already at the state, federal, and local level. So that means not only just in real estate, but in any transaction. So of course we have to be competent. We have to verify. Do you have one of those forms? Probably not. Do you have a form to qualify and have the parties state that their money comes from legal sources and they've jumped through all the hurdles from their country and this country in order to be able to use it and to be here doing business? Probably not. Well, this course is going to give you both of those just to start with. It's also going to give you the profile of these parties so you know who you're looking for. How about advertising elsewhere? Why do you want to wait for this foreign party to get here and look for you? What are the chances of that? Probably not very good. Why don't you go to where they're coming from and make your association with a foreign brokerage? Do you know who those brokerages might be that you can co-broke with? Can you co-broke under California law? Yes, you can, but you have to have a written co-brokerage agreement. It's a little bit different than the one where you co-broke with an out-of-state broker, so you really need some professional help with this one. Do you have one? No. Will this course give you one? Yes. Let's go a little bit further. If you're doing business and exposing yourself outside this country and saying, I'll work with foreign parties, likelihood is that your your first page at least of your cover page on your website is going to make it to a foreign country. It's going to be accessible. Does it say the right things under the legal disclosures? Probably not. This course will give you the right statements to say to keep you legal not only in this country, but in the country you're advertising in. You know, it all stacks up. Where in the world are you if you're not doing foreign work? You really are no place. If you need some help, if you want to open up a new door, If you're already doing foreign work but you don't know anything about the new laws, this is the course you need to come to. If you don't come to this course, you're already asking for it, and probably someday someone's going to say, why didn't you go to that course? You could have learned it and you didn't. That is a sorry state to be in, folks, and that's another subject when we start talking about professional malpractice. I prefer not to think about that. Let's prefer the upside. Let's go sell.